Welcome, my tarot friends, in yet another episode in our series Under the Magnifying Glass, where we are looking at the Herbcrafterstarot. Today we are going to be looking at Curanderas, or healers, or otherwise known as kings in tarot. So firstly we're going to look into what kings represent in tarot in general, and then we're going to look into each card, and I'm going to share with you what I learned when I journeyed into each of them. Now let's start with what kings are in tarot in general. Kings are associated with words leader, father, and power. They are motivators and masters of manifestation. They rule with authority, integrity, and wisdom, and they represent the highest aspect of the mature archetypal masculine principle. The king is the wise and fair-minded counselor and a solid and stable advisor. His goal is to create a safe and flourishing place that supports and empowers his people. The king has connected to his true self, found his dharma, and wishes the same for all his subjects. The king is the one in charge, the boss who motivates you to push forward with your inspirations. The king represents the masculine aspect of his suit element. I personally connect the kings to air, as I see them as intellectuals who ask other people to do things for them, for example knights, and the people who plan and lead from their throne. They are logical and reasonable. They possess the mastered aspects of the element of air. A lot of people connect kings to the element of fire. I personally connect fire to knights, just like in the Thoth deck. So to me in general, knights in both decks are fire, and then in Rider-Waite-Smith, kings are air, and in Thoth, princes are air. Queens are obviously water, and pages and princesses are earth in both. How do you connect elements to the core cards? Please write in the comments below, I'm very curious to hear about that. Kings are also associated with the last quarter moon, which is the time for review and preparation for the next phase of your life. It helps us recognize patterns and energy that doesn't serve us anymore. In our deck, Curanderas, the healers, represent wisdom, legacy, and counsel. These cards here feature ancient herbs that have been used by humans for centuries. Their medicine is particularly valuable for elder women, but are useful for people of all ages. The plants themselves are established and well known. The herbs on these cards are vehicles for the stories. They highlight the herbcrafter's role as keeper of secrets. They invite her to explore the world by listening for magic. They represent faith in the mysterious and approach adventures with kindness and curiosity about the outcome. They call us to a time of trust and respond to our questions with maybe so. Linked to the intuition that began with the deeper areas of study in the sevens, the kings or the curanderas here represent the fulfillment of the herbcrafter's higher calling. Curanderas are the keepers of the elements, showing us how to protect what we value. As guides, they offer the gift of wisdom. Now I'm going to share with you what I discovered when I journeyed into each of these cards. So let's start with the Curandera of Air, represented by Rosemary. So the first thing I noticed was the feathered wing on her arm here. That could represent a higher viewpoint on a situation, like an eagle, for example. Also rising above the people who are trying to bring us down, for instance. She has a wide perspective on situations. She is here offering this rosemary to either another person or maybe as an offering. If she's offering it to a person, she's gifting the medicine and also knowledge about the medicine. But if she's giving it as an offering, she understands how important gratitude is in life. The feathers on her arm also speak of the air suit, as feathers are often associated with the suit of air. The medicine of rosemary improves cognitive performance, so that would make a lot of sense for the curandera of air, which is all about thoughts, communication and logic. Her ring here looks like a butterfly, which is associated with the king of air in the Rider-Waite-Smith system. Butterflies represent metamorphosis, transformation, and healing that happens when the mind allows it to unfold without judgment. If rosemary brings clarity to one's mind, that perhaps means that Curandera of Air also brings clarity to her student's mind. I feel Curandera of Air brings us a gift of mental healing. Now let's look what it says in the guidebook. The first 3 points are: adopt a story and pass it on. With pen, song or brush, tell your story. What is remembered lives. I just realized with pen, song or brush. Or ink perhaps, tell your story. Okay, so the curandera of air is calm and collected. She agrees with what Chogyam Trungpa, I'm sorry about this pronunciation, I'm not sure how to say it. So what he or she taught about spiritual materialism. They said, wisdom is not an ancient relic to be collected, but inspiration for new awareness. She knows the medicine of rosemary enhances cognitive function. Her mind is sharp and quick, but she talks very little. She understands that words have wings, so she speaks only when she has something meaningful to offer. She is a wonderful listener. She says, tell me more. People are drawn to her honesty. Just as rosemary clears the mind, her counsel brings clarity and inspires peace. Oh, I love that. And crafting point here. Call a story circle. Make a rosemary crown to be worn by the storyteller. Oh, that's nice. Sharing stories, Okay, let's now move to the curandera of fire. Wow, what a powerful picture, don't you think? I feel this is one of the cards in this deck that really speak without trying or needing to analyze it. Like the energy itself is very sensual and empowering and women empowering. But yeah, let me tell you the details that I noticed when I journeyed into this card. So the plant here is Damiana. This whole picture holds the energy of love and sensuality to me. We see roses on the table and shells that are in the vulva shape here. So we see the bare-chested mermaid on the table here as well. Mermaids were known to seduce the sailors, on the sea. And we also see the bottle in the shape of a yoni. So the whole thing is very sensual and sexual. On the left here, we have a crystal and copal raisins right here, which we can also find in the High Priestess card. And these are used for spiritual ceremonies amongst the peoples of Mexico and Central America. And you can see that she's burning them right here. So she's trying to connect very deeply. And obviously, a certain type of ceremony is happening here, right? On the wall, we see a close-up of Damiana, which is of an orange color that is associated with the sacral chakra and so is linked to sexuality. Damiana's medicine also ignites passion. She's making a sacred triangle here with her hands, which can represent the element of fire, but can also represent the gateway to life. And what is gateway to life in this human world? It feels like this curandera is in the midst of a sacred sensual ceremony, which shows her love for herself and her knowing that by nurturing these parts of ourselves, we awaken Kundalini, or keep our Kundalini awakened, which is our life force, and doing so helps us live our lives to the fullest. One needs to live what they love, what they have desire for, and she embodies this beautifully. The candle on the table confirms that this is indeed the fire suit. She is also drinking the Damiana elixir, here we can see in the glass, to ignite her own passion. I feel that curandera of fire brings us a gift of sexual healing. Now let's look what it says in the guidebook. The first 3 points are: love yourself, old ain't dead. That's funny because she is obviously quite old, right? Look at her hands. Indulge yourself with sensual bliss. Come home to pleasure, power, and passion. Pleasure, power, and passion are all the energies of this drawing here. I absolutely love this. The curandera fire defies conventional norms. She remains whole unto herself, wild and free. She's a champion of female sexual power. She understands the importance of self-love rituals. Just as Damiana ignites passion, she adores the power of human desire and welcomes sensuality of all kinds. She knows a passionate life comes from living what you love, thus she honors her creative cauldron with luxurious ceremony. She says, delight in yourself. People are drawn to her vivacious personality. Her counsel brings pleasure and inspires direct action. Ooh, I like that, direct action. That's very, very interesting. Okay, and then crafting point here. Restore exhausted dreams and pleasures. Make Damiana incense to awaken your senses. Next one we have Curandera of water, seaweed. This curandera is preparing herself, or for somebody else, a seaweed bath. There's a lot of blues and greens on this picture, a relation to heart and throat chakra, having an open heart and open communication through your heart. We see a calm body of water in the distance, which could be sea or a lake. This whole feeling here of this calm, still water brings a feeling of serenity and calm. There are 6 candles around the bath in the picture. Perhaps a correlation to 6s, which are all about bounty, magic, and community in this deck. This drawing has such relaxing, but also highly spiritual vibes to it. If you feel like your emotions are all over the place, this scene will definitely help you to calm down, center, and collect yourself, making sure you don't react to whatever is coming to you, but rather act with an open heart and calm mind, and also clear communication. We see the flow of water on the picture here, which speaks about controlled but relaxed flow of one's life, or control and relaxed flow of one's life energy or one's emotions, or communication. Seaweed is full of omega-3 amino acids, which helps our cognition, but also enhances good memory. Maybe Curandera of water helps us remember who we truly are, what our deepest emotions are, and also what truly matters. I feel that Curandera of water brings us healing on a deeper emotional level. Now let's see what it says in the guidebook. Don't live in the shallows, live in the depths, of course. Strengthen your bones in the ocean's ebb and flow. Rock gently on the water, heed the siren's song. The Curandera of water flows through life with ease. She neither hides her feelings nor lets them overtake her. She understands emotions have cycles too, and she easily navigates their changes. She remembers that our first home was the sea, and to the sea we shall return. She makes time for daily rituals that bring deep healing. She washes away inner turmoil, and she cleanses and bathes. She knows seaweed nourishes her body, and she enjoys snacking on the salty treat. People are drawn to her open heart and confronting embrace. Her counsel brings a sense of calm and well-being. Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I love that this is actually the sea, because it talks about the cycles of life and how she's in tune with that and understands that everything is a cycle. And the waves, that they come and go, they pull and push kind of feeling, brings to that cyclic type of energy here. Very beautiful. I really love the aesthetics of this specific picture. It's so pretty. Okay, and now let's go to our last Curandera of earth. So Curandera of earth, sweetgrass. This is a very simple scene compared to the other 3, specifically for to the second and third one. We have an abundance of green plants, obviously sweetgrass, on display, and Curandera here is taking her sweet time to braid it. So it feels like, because this picture is so simple, that she enjoys simple things in life and is grateful for what she has. Weaving in this deck is also related to the earth suit, and we see it double here. So we see her sun hat here and her crafting here as weaving. I'm not sure if she's weaving the plants together before she harvests them, perhaps. And in this case, it feels like a spiritual ritual, perhaps to thank the Mother Earth for her bounty. She takes and gives from an open heart, because green is related to our heart chakra. She's wearing bracelets here that look like they're made of the green adventurine, which is known for manifestation of prosperity, wealth, and abundance, and that goes beautifully with the meaning of the King of Pentacles here. So she obviously attracts those qualities into her life by being grateful, having an open heart, and sharing what she can offer with others, physically and intellectually. And as you can see here, when I was observing these pictures, I noticed like a lot of communication thing going on in all of these cards, and that goes beautifully with my theory that the kings are related to air, which is all about communication and logic and thinking and all that. I feel that Curandera of Earth brings healing to our physical body and to our life's foundations. Now let's look what it says in the guidebook. The living earth is our greatest teacher. Braid together love, health, and wealth, then give it away. Now, this is such an important sentence here. Braid together love, health, and wealth, and then give it away. Again, that reciprocity that we can see across this whole deck, especially in the Earth suit. Let a holy fragrance bring you home. The curandera of Earth knows that when we share the sweetness of life with another, all may thrive. She brings attention to the rich bounty that nature provides. She visits her garden and the wild places often and shares her knowledge freely with her people. Sweetgrass grows best in community with other land plants. She understands, as Robin Wall Kimmerer writes in Braiding Sweetgrass, sweetgrass flourishes when it is harvested and declines when it is not. The curandera of Earth tends the land out of a heart overflowing. See, heart chakra, it's so obvious. She says, thank you, thank you, thank you. And what is that? That is gratitude. People are drawn to her grounded, steady presence. Her counsel brings faith and inspires prosperity. I love that. It's such a reciprocity card. Like living the reciprocity. The curandera of Earth is living that. It's embodying the reciprocity. It's beautiful. And for crafting points, share joy and abundance of life. Host a party. Eat good food. Braid sweetgrass with friends. Now, this is it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this episode, that you learned something new, and I'm excited to read your comments because I always learn something new from you too. I can't believe that we are already at the end of our minor arcana, and I am excited for the major arcana, which is on the list next. So stay tuned. The next video that I post after this one in this series is gonna be about the Fool, and perhaps more cards than just the Fool. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna do one card at a time or maybe more. I will see how long it takes to deep dive into each of them. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful time and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.